Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. So if you want to see how I created this look right here, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've just done my eyebrows and I used the Chi Chi Brow Pomade in Blonde. And now for primer I'm going to go with my MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage, I think it is. And I'm going to pump a couple of those onto my hands, onto my fingers, and just rub that all over my face. And this is my favorite primer. Like, you can see that it's nearly all gone. Like, nothing is gonna come out. But I love this primer, and it doesn't go weird with the foundations that I use. Whereas with my Smashbox, sometimes my Smashbox pore minimizing primer, sometimes when I put it on, even if my face is clean, it kind of like peels off. And I don't know why it does that, so I haven't been using that lately. I do still like it, it's just I don't understand why it peels off, and I thought maybe it was because I didn't like wash my face before I did my makeup or something. So I washed my face and I tried it and it still did the exact same thing, how it peeled off. So I don't know if maybe it just doesn't go well with my skin, or if any of you guys have had that problem, but just for me it doesn't really work that well. And to carve out my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15 and my Every Care Concealer 838 brush, which looks like this. And I'm just going to wait for the primer to sink into my face a little bit before I put the concealer on. And I'm going to start under my eyebrow and then go around and do the top. But I always start at the bottom part, like under my eyebrow. And I like to be very careful and go very slow, just so I don't mess it up or anything. And I don't carve out my eyebrows every day. It's just sometimes. Like, I actually hardly ever carve them out. I normally just draw them on and leave it. And I love using this concealer to carve out my eyebrows just because it's not runny, it's quite thick, and it is quite good coverage as well. And I just blend it down a little bit just so it's easier to blend with my foundation as well. So once I'm happy with how the bottom of my eyebrow looks, I'm going to start on the top. But I always kind of do a line just above in case there's a bit too much product on my brush. And then I just slowly get closer and closer to my eyebrow. And I'm just going to put a little bit of the same concealer all over my scarring and pimples just to cover them up a little bit more. And then I'm just going to go in with my XO Beauty flat eye brush, and I'm just going to buff out any of the harsh lines from the concealer, just because I don't want harsh lines anywhere really. I will still leave the coverage part, I just want to buff out the harsh lined areas. And now with my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to go in and tap all of that in, making sure it's sitting on my skin and like nicely distributed into where it's meant to be, instead of just like sitting on top of my skin. And for foundation, I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup in the shade 1W1 Bone. And I'm just going to shake that up and then put that onto my beauty sponge. And I love this foundation, I think it's so nice. and it's such nice coverage as well. Just using the other side of my beauty sponge to drag it down my neck. Check there's no lines. And now for concealer, I'm going to go with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW15. I'm just going to put that onto my beauty sponge as well. And I just put it under my eyes. Oop, that was a bit too much. On my nose, because for some reason the concealer on my nose never really sits properly. It kind of separates, and the foundation does as well, but it doesn't really separate anywhere else on my face. And I also put a little bit on my chin as well. I don't need any on my forehead because I pretty much covered my forehead in concealer before I even put the foundation on. And the powder I'm going to test out today is the Rimmel London Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder in the shade 001 Transparent, and I'm going to use my XO Beauty Vegan Powder Brush. So I'm going to make sure there's not a lot sitting in the lid so when I open it, it doesn't all spill everywhere. I have used it one time for baking, but I didn't really like how it made my face look with baking, and it kind of really dried out where I had baked, so maybe I used too much or something, I'm not too sure. And I've never really used a loose powder to set my whole foundation before, just because I feel like it is quite messy. And it's not fully white, I don't know if you can see, but it has kind of like a tinge of like a skin colour, I guess. It's not a full white powder. I don't know if it has flashback or not though. So I just took a photo using the flash and it didn't seem to give any flashback, which is good. And now for blush, contour and bronzer, I'm going to go with my Cheek Parade by Benefit. And for bronzer, I'm going to use the Hoola Light, which is this one right here. And the brush I'm going to be using for that is the XO Beauty Dense Fibre Brush. I'm just going to dip my brush into that, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to try and bronze my face up a little bit, just as that powder made my face a lot whiter than what I would have liked. And I love this brush for bronzing. It doesn't really say like what it's meant for, it's just a dense fibre brush, but I think it works perfectly for bronzing. I guess it would work really good for blush as well if you wanted to try it out with blush. I just personally haven't tried it with blush just because it's like my go-to bronzer brush, so I don't really want to use it for blush as well. So now just doing the same thing on my forehead, bronzing it up. Then after contour, I'm going to go back in with the same palette and use Hoola. I used Hoola Light for contouring, for bronzing, and I'm going to use Hoola for contouring. And the brush I'm going to use is the XO Beauty Vegan Bronzer Brush. I don't really like the brush that came in the palette though. I feel like it is really scratchy, because I did give it a turn once I used it, and I just wasn't like a big fan of it personally. But it did give me like a really crisp line. It was just very, very scratchy. And then I just put like the last little bit that's on my brush on the very top of my forehead. And for blush, I'm going in with the same palette again. And I either go between the California or the Dandelion. But today I think I'm going to go with California, which is that one right there. I haven't given this one a go just because it kind of looks like a bit of a different weird colour. And the brush I'm going to be using is the Artiste Manicure Professional Highlighter Brush. But I've never actually used it for highlighter. I've kind of just always used it for blush. And now for highlighter, I'm going to go in with my all-time favourite highlighter, which is MAC Soft and Gentle. And the brush I'm going to be using is the XO Beauty Vegan Shimmer Brush. And I've had this highlighter for so long, I'm already hitting pan, which is what those dots just there are. And I love this highlighter so much. I think it's so pretty. And I do also have the Mary Luminizer, but I personally prefer the MAC Soft and Gentle over there. I just think it's such a nice colour, and it's kind of like a golden colour as well, but it reflects sort of like a silvery colour. I don't really know how to explain. I'm so bad at explaining the colours, I guess. I'm actually just going to go in with my Morphe the Jaclyn Hill palette, because I know that there's so many colours in here. If you see that line there, that was my dog's nail, because he walked all over it, and there's little paw prints in the green. So I'm going to go in with the XO Beauty Fluffy Blender brush, but I don't know what colour I want to go in with yet, because I don't know what look I kind of want to do. I'm going to go in with this colour to start off with, this colour right here, and I'm going to put that kind of like just above my crease, because I kind of think I want to do like a purpley look, but not like a full purple, just kind of like a little bit of purple. But I don't want to put purple all the way up here, that's my problem. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this colour right here and the same brush. I'm just going to put that a little bit lower than where I just put that other colour. I'm just going to keep it in my crease, but try and wing it out on the outer sides, I guess. I'm blending it a little bit above my crease as well, just to darken up my eye a little bit more. So I'm going to switch to the XO Beauty Firm Blender Brush, and this isn't out of the vegan set, this is just the normal ones, I think. And I'm going to go in with that colour right there, which is like a kind of like a dark, deep purpley plummy colour, and I'm going to put it on the outer corner like this first, and then blend it into my crease. And I'm not going to blend that high at all, I want to keep it as low as I can, because it's such like a deep dark colour. Trying to keep it in the crease area as much as possible. And for under my lower lashes, I'm going to go in with that same deep purple I just used, but keeping it on the outer there, about the outer half of my lower lash line. And the brush I'm using is the XO Beauty Vegan Pencil Brush. And now for my lid, I'm going to go with this colour right here, and the brush I'm going to be using is the XO Beauty Vegan Eyeshadow Brush. Pack that all over my lid. And some of these glittery shades in this palette are not very pigmented, so you kind of need to add some Fix Plus onto your brush and then try it, but I'm just double checking first. Now I'm going to spray some MAC Fix Plus onto my brush, dip back into that same colour, and I'm going to put it on this eye. So now I'm going to go in with my Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder eyeshadow, and this is the purple palette. I'm going to go in with this colour right here on my inner corner. And the brush I'm going to be using is my Real Techniques. It doesn't have a name on it, but this is what it looks like. And I don't normally use pencil eyeliners, I normally go with the MAC Black Track. And it's the LA Colors Eyeliner Brow Pencil in the shade Black, I'm guessing. It doesn't really have a name. And now I'm just going to quickly curl my eyelashes. And I don't know what eyelashes curl is. All it says is manicure on it, so I'm guessing it's from the same brand as the manicure brush I used a little bit earlier on. And the mascara I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline The Colossal Volume Express. And I only use that on my top lashes, and I use a different mascara on my bottom While I'm waiting for my top lashes to dry, I'm going to go in with the BYS Favish Lash on my bottom lashes. And I'm also going to go in with my Sleek Clear Eyebrow Gel in the shade Clear 040 Savvy. And I'm just going to brush it through my eyebrows and set them down. So I'm going to go in with Japanese Maple by MAC, which looks like this. Now I'm going to go in with a Q-tip and I'm just going to gently rub and flick off the mascara that I have where I don't want it. So this is the completed look right here. So I hope you guys liked it and thank you so much for watching. Bye!